Okay, golf. I just wanted to give you a breakdown of my top picks this week for the U.S. Open instead of just posting the picture. Just wanted to give a quick rundown. With me, we got Wildman as usual. I think he's in the car right now. What's up, Wildman?
Yo, I am. I'm traveling.
Yeah. How you feeling about this week with your top picks?
Feel great. Feel really good. Put a lot of hard work in, studying the course, the type of players we're going to need, and feeling great.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start go right into it. Right away, I'm going to say it again. I love Dustin Johnson. I'm going to start most of my lineups with him this week. Um, he's coming off a second, a first, and a second. A good corollary course of the U.S. Open 2016, which he took it down. I'm not going to overthink this one. I'm going to pick Dustin Johnson. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I said it on the podcast the other day, too. I mean, it's hard to argue him. I think there's a case for Rahm being right there as a top option against DJ. It's just going to be what you're feeling, what kind of preference those guys give you.
Yeah, I agree. I like John Rahm as well. I'm going to toss him onto the list. I don't think you can deny the guy. He has a chance to go back to back. He plays tough course as well. Again, I'm just picking DJ this week because that's my field play, but I don't disagree with John Rahm. The only other guy that's interesting, I think Xander Schauffele is overpriced in my opinion. I think he should be around 94. So I just don't want to. I think he's a great play, but I'm just not going to pay up for him. I think the great price guy here is Collinmorakawa at 10,000. Great corollary course as well is the PGA Championship, which he won this year. He is the defending major champion. You want this guy to hit fairways and irons. The guy is incredible. You obviously worry about his short game a little bit around the green, his scrambling, but if his irons are on, he could really run away with this one.
Yeah, as good as he's been, his bugaboo has been the short putts. I mean, he's got a couple wins. Obviously, has the major, but he's also got another long line of short misses that have cost him opportunities in events in 2020. So, it's just going to be a matter of is he sinking those short putts because his tee to green game is pretty darn good.
Yeah, you do worry about his putting for sure, and that's again he's a great play this week, but you just got to be wary of that. He is volatile there. If you drop down, I think the best second player in your lineup can be Webb Simpson. If you start with DJ, I think there's a lot of lineups you could get Webb Simpson into your second play. I don't think you should start with him necessarily, but I think he's a great play, especially if he's your second guy in.
My favorite thing about Webb is that I think guys are going to struggle off the tee to hit fairways because it's going to be so penal for them when they miss fairways. So you're going to have guys clubbing down off the tee in order to hit fairways, creating longer iron play, and Webb's at the top of the list, if not right there as far as long iron play goes. So I like him, and he's got a good putter.
Yeah, he has only one round in the 70s in the last 8 rounds with a couple 64s, 65s, and multiple 66s there. So he is playing great golf. He also has a win at the RBC this year in June. So I just really like that guy. And he also won the Waste Management Open Phoenix in January. Even though it's further back, it's still something to look at. Love Webb this week. I'm going to drop all the way down. I'm hearing that the rough is going to be really tough this week. Again, we brought that up in the podcast, so I'm going to lean towards players that play tougher courses a little better than most, and I think this is Jason Day. Even though his driver is a little scary, he can recover from anywhere on the course, and that's why I love this guy. He can save par anytime during this round. Came also fourth at the PGA Championship, which is a good corollary course.
Yeah, I think you just nailed it. He's long been a sprayer off the tee, but he's rated out as one of the best players out of the rough on the PGA Tour over the last few years. And then his real differentiator is that putter. He's the guy. I can't think of anybody really I'd want over the 8 or 9 footer for par on speedy greens more than Jason Day.
Yeah, exactly. So if he does have a decent driving weekend, like he could actually, possibly win this thing, with the conditions out there. Gonna drop down to my next top play. I'm gonna go through my first top plays, Wild Man, and then we can let you go over any ones I missed that you think that you want to add in there, especially the Wild Man flyer of the week. But my next play is Tyrell Hatton at 8,100. He tends to play tougher courses well, plays them decent as well. He did miss the cut at the PGA Championship, so that's something to consider. It is a major, but he won the Arnold Palmer. That's a tough course. He can string them together, birdies. He tends to just score fantasy points for DraftKings alone. That's why I like Tyrell Hatton. He's just a DK scorer. Any take on Hatton this week? You there, Wildman?
Yeah, sorry, I lost you there for a second. You asked me about Hatton.
Yeah, Tyrell Hatton. Any take on Hatton this week?
Yeah, so you got to remember at this course, we're thinking it's going to be a 3, 4, 5 over winning score. So I don't expect there to be a ton of birdies out there. You're going to have guys grinding it out and having 1 or 2, 3 birdies max in a round, a bunch of pars and a couple bogeys and a double, let's say. So you want to get those grinders. You want to get those guys that can really tough it out. I think Hatton fits that mold. But he's lost strokes putting a lot lately, and again, it's something that has bitten him as well, those short 5-footers. So it's just going to be sort of a coin flip for me as far as Hatton goes this week.
Yeah, that's a good take on him. Now that I say it out loud, it makes me double take him a little bit. You want to have bogey avoidance this week as well, and he has had over 10 bogeys or more in the last 4 rounds, and those have tend to be a little easier courses actually, except the PGA, I guess. But I don't know. That's just something to look at there. It seems to be getting a lot of bogeys, but again, he's only 8,100, so you don't need too much out of him. The next 2 guys I'm going to quickly break down here is Shane Lowry and Louis Oosthuizen. I like both these guys in tougher courses. Shane Lowry won the Open, British Open last year, and he just tends to show up in majors. Again, with Louis Oosthuizen, seems to play tougher courses a little better than everybody, and also shows up in majors. Also has a T6 at the FedEx Invitational, so he has good, decent, recent form. I like this guy this week.
Yeah, I'll back Oosthuizen as well, especially at a major. He's only got 1 PGA Tour win, believe it or not. It's the British Open, probably about 10 years ago now. But he's also lost in 2 playoffs in majors. He's got a runner-up or a win at all 4 majors. And he's got a silky smooth swing. And that's why he's showing up at majors. They're tougher courses. It's bad if you're missing fairways. He's silky. He puts it in the fairway, and he hangs in there in big spots. I like him no different than I'd like him at any other major this week. So I think he's a good play at a good value.
Yeah, you got me on he's silky. I just like that word. You got me there. Silky. He's silky smooth off the tee. So I'm going to put him in the lineup there. And then, let's see. We're going to break it down here. Down to Chez Reavie. He's my final play. Oh, I said Lanto Griffin earlier. So my low plays in the 6,000. There's a couple plays I like. But again, we're going with top plays. The true guys I believe in. It's Chez Reavie. He's just been tee to green incredible. He drives the ball great. He seems to always have bogey avoidance. Only 5 bogeys at the Wyndham and 4 at the WGC FedEx Invitational. Did have 16 bogeys at the PGA, but I tend to have him rebound with his recent form. I think he's been playing pretty well. And then Lanto Griffin, like I said, I just like him at tougher courses. So that's my take on my top plays. That is everybody I'm going to put on the list. Let's hear what Wildman has to say, and we're going to get the Wildman Flyer of the week as well.
Yeah, the Flyer of the week is going to be Kokrak at 6,800 at the U.S. Open.
Jason Kokrak.
Good tee to green player, rates out really well, top 10, 15 in all those categories as far as strokes gained off the tee, strokes gained approach, hits it long, excuse me. Yeah. So, guy that's always been bitten by the putter a lot, like a lot of these guys we're talking about. But I think that, we've mentioned him before. He just when he pops and makes a few putts, his tee to green game is good enough to get him up there in, that top 20 range at a major. and for 6,800, I'll buy it. It didn't work out as much last week with Joseph Bramlett, who I think I don't have the exact stats, but he had to have had the worst strokes gained putting week I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was hard to watch, man. It actually didn't seem real. I mean, he was having 3-footers and he was missing 3-footers. I mean, you couldn't trust the guy if he was 4 inches away from the hole.
Yeah, it was bad. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, so you might have something there with Jason Kokrak. No worse than a T15 in his last 3 rounds, including the Wyndham, the Northern Trust, and the BMW. Also, 8, 9, 8, and 12 bogeys in his last 4 rounds. So that is only 1 round over 10 bogeys there. So that's a big difference maker there. You got to think about pricing here in DraftKings. You pay $8,100 for a Tyrell Hatton that, might shoot 15 bogeys, or $6,800 for a Jason Kokrak that it might only hit 8 bogeys and maybe hit a few birdies there. So that's an interesting play. I think you have a great chance to redeem yourself on the Wildman Flyer of the Week here with Jason Kokrak. I like that pick a little better than whoever Joseph Bramlett even is. All right, cool. Anyone else you want to add in before we end here, Wildman?
My last take here is going to be on Schauffele. I like him. I actually think he's one of the most undervalued golfers on the PGA Tour. I think his price at 10,000 is appropriate. He's just right there in every big event. I mean, he's not even popping up on the TV screen, and he's T14. So you talked about bogey avoidance before. For my money, there's really nobody better at bogey avoidance over the last 30 to 60 days. So I think that he's a guy that you shouldn't be surprised to see on the first page of the leaderboard.
Yeah, I really want to get him in my lineups this week. I wish he was priced around Webb Simpson, to be honest with you. I just wish, I know it's not much, but asking for about $400 cheaper, that's a big difference. If you had a DJ Xander combo, that could be lethal. And I think I agree with you. Only 1 bogey for Xander Schauffele at the FedEx St. Jude, and 4 at the Northern Trust. So you got something there with a T10 of the PGA Championship. He's, again, I love the guy. 10-1. Maybe he wins the thing. I could see it. I just see other guys maybe winning it. I like him more as a top 10 play and priced about $9,500. But if you can squeeze him in there, he's definitely a safe play. So that's going to do it at Bones DK Golf. Thanks for listening in. Top picks will be posted below. And good luck out there. Let's win some big money this week.
Let's do it. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Peace.